I've been waiting for this for just about a year now, probably just like you. Netflix dropped a teaser for the fourth season of Cobra Kai, which showed us the return of character Terry Silver. Will all the building drama allow Daniel and Johnny to work together, or will Cobra Kai become the reigning dojo in the valley? Now, before I get into my review, I want to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, BenQ Screen Bar Monitor Light. BenQ Screen Bar is a space-saving monitor light that helps level up my computing experience. I spend a lot of time writing and editing, and the BenQ Screen Bar Monitor Light enhances my immersion and focus and creates a comfortable lighting environment with my studio lights off. Being sleek, lightweight, and stylish, it keeps your tabletop uncluttered and organized with numerous unique features that promote focus and comfort while watching movie or TV series online. It's equipped with anti-glare technology along with adjustable brightness and color temperature to relieve eye strain and creates the perfect atmosphere you need at any given time while working on your computer. And it comes with a USB-C power cable that's almost 5 feet long, making it easy to supply the power. You can get the BenQ Screen Bar Monitor Light at Amazon, which makes it a convenient purchasing experience. Visit the link in the description to learn more about the BenQ Screen Bar Monitor Light and to purchase your own. Thanks again to BenQ Screen Bar Monitor Light for sponsoring this video, and now let's dive into the fourth season of Cobra Kai. Season 4 finds the Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang dojos joining forces to take down Cobra Kai at the All-Valley Under-18 Karate Tournament, and whoever loses must hang up their gi. As Samantha and Miguel try to maintain the dojo alliance and Robby goes all in at Cobra Kai, the fate of the valley has never been more precarious. And what tricks does Kreese have up his sleeve? Can Daniel and Johnny bury their decades-long hatchet to defeat Kreese, or will Cobra Kai become the face of karate in the valley? So we pick up pretty much where Season 3 left off after that awesome brawl inside Daniel's house. The tensions are extremely high, and Daniel and Johnny have decided to join forces in order to defeat Kreese and Cobra Kai at the All-Valley Tournament. And just like within all the previous seasons, tensions run extremely high. And while Daniel and Johnny might make small progress in working together, they have a ton of issues burying the past. And this always trickles over to the kids under their lead. Within these 10 episodes, we see a lot of the same back and forth angst that we've seen before. And honestly, it's getting just a bit tiresome. Now, I've absolutely loved the series and was chomping at the bit for Season 3 and then for Season 4. But now that it's here, I really want to see more forward progression rather than rehashing behaviors every single season. And yeah, I know there's a great deal of history between Daniel and Johnny, and they're going to need a lot of time to sort that out. But when we continually see their actions and behaviors mirrored through all the other students, it gets to be a bit stale. As far as the production of this fourth season goes, a lot of it felt like I was watching a soap opera on TV because of how the scenes were framed and then even the camera quality. This wasn't a major distraction, but it was noticeable from previous seasons. The action and fights are still a lot of fun within the show, and I like most of the choreography because it typically puts us right in the middle of the fights, showing us multiple angles without too many quick cuts to hide any flaws. And what we get is pretty convincing and exciting. And because the whole premise of this season is leading towards the All-Valley Tournament, once we get to that, the fight sequences there are great. We don't have a ton of epic matches, but several do spend a good amount of time showcasing the talents and styles of the fighters. There are some flashy moves as well as some portions that call up the nostalgia of the original Karate Kid. There's a storyline within this that involves Tori that is interwoven throughout the season, and it doesn't feel out of the blue because portions have been examined within other seasons. And while I liked what we got, I wanted even more because I thought it was compelling and a good emotional high point for the story. There were opportunities where I wanted certain characters to have conversations beyond a surface level talk, but we didn't really get them. I think had those been included, especially where Tori was concerned, I would have liked certain other character progressions even more. Now, each of the episodes is around 30-ish minutes, while the finale is 45 minutes long. Sometimes it felt like the show was padding the story with unnecessary characters or sequences just to fill in some time. There's a sequence that involves the tournament board of directors where we watch them go back and forth within this closed-door planning meeting. And this was unfunny, uneventful, and pretty unsatisfying also. And I think the only reason that this sequence, which was probably close to about 10 minutes long, was included was for a gimmick that was then used in the final episode. And truthfully, when this gimmick occurs, I think it makes the show get very close to jumping the shark. And while I'm not talking about such an absurdity as the Fonz actually jumping the shark as he did in Happy Days, but this story device and then the execution felt so wildly out of place and abrupt that it made me laugh, but not in a good way. I'm also not in love with some of the character progressions that we see through this season. Many are more of the same, but somehow amped up to make them even less likable. There were two or three of these students, though, that I did enjoy. And Dimitri is one who I loved seeing, going from being this absolute underdog to having the right amount of confidence without being cocky. He's genuinely surprised half the time that he's able to do what he did or that someone responded to him in a positive way. That joy is infectious, and I wish it was shared by more of the characters. Now, you may hear me listing several negatives within the show, but I still had fun with it. Does it retain the same excitement and polish as the first two seasons? I don't think it does, but it still is fun to watch Daniel and Johnny on screen. And I absolutely love William Zabka in this role and constantly root for him, even when he has personal setbacks. From season one on, I've wanted Johnny to succeed. We see all the crap that he's dealt with in his life, and in this season, we get some more insight into his character, illustrating why he has chosen certain paths for his life. I thought those were incredibly compelling, solidifying once more why he's a great character. There is a wonderfully funny and awkward scene as Johnny works to recruit a new student. This sequence felt so in line with his character, but also provided some good chuckles as well. And I really enjoyed Johnny's interactions with all of the students. When he and Daniel are taking turns teaching their different styles of karate, Johnny's methods lend themselves to a lot of visual fun. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least briefly talk about the return of Terry Silver. I really enjoyed the dynamic that he brought to the story, especially early on in the season. He's the right amount of confidence and sleaze, like a smarmy car salesman who also has just this air of credibility. So even though you may think he's a creep or up to no good, there are portions that are absolutely contradicting this feeling, making you question what's actually true. I like his dynamic with Kreese and how their interactions influence all around them. And the relationship is complex and layered, which made a lot of their scenes compelling and then frustrating. So overall, season 4 of Cobra Kai isn't as strong as the previous seasons, but it still contains some wonderful character interactions and growth. The return of Terry Silver is a wonderful story complication that adds good intrigue and creates some very compelling storylines. I do believe the circular angst between Daniel and Johnny, and then amongst the students as well, is becoming tiresome, even though through all of that, some dynamics get highlighted, allowing a few characters to shine. William Zabka continues to be the standout for me as he makes the character of Johnny to be sympathetic, frustrating, angering even, and awkwardly funny and touching. The fight sequences are wonderful to watch, and as the show gets to the finale at the All Valley tournament, the clash between students is emotional and captivating. There were moments where I was on the edge of my seat with anticipation and excitement. There's no sex or nudity, a bunch of profanity, and of course a ton of violence. I mean, this is a whole show based around fighting. I give season 4 of Cobra Kai 3.5 out of 5 couches. So what are you looking forward to most in this season? Who is the character that maybe you gravitate towards most? I'd love to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.